Hi guys, today I go teach you now how to cut straight skirt, that's bandless straight skirts. And the measurement you need for these bandless straight skirts, we need the waist measurement, the hip measurement, and the length measurement. Before we start, we are using paper. We need to remove the half inch for the bandless. Measure the half length each for the bandless. This is the half inch for the bandless, which we use to turn the skirts. The waist measurement is 27 divided by 4. The hip measurement is 37 divided by 4. You use your calculator. Twenty-seven divided by 27 divided by 4 give us 6.75. 6.75 approximately, that is 6.8. Then the hip measurements 37 divided by 4, it give you 9.25, approximately is 9.3. So the length is 26. The length is 26. So you start your measurement from this edge where you remove your half inch for the band. Measurement, okay, the total measurement here is 27. So let us just use the old measurements to sew. Then what we are going to get now, we are going to get our waist measurement, which is 6.7, that is 6.8. 6.8. 6.8. This is 6.8. This is the 6.8 plus 1 inch. For that, we use 1 inch for sewing allowance. Now, to get your hip line, every hip gets their own hip line. Like now, this one now, the hip what they use now is 37. This 37 divided by 4 will give you 9.3. Then you now measure 2 inches from this 9.3, which will give us how many? Minus 2 inches will give you 7.25, approximately 7.3. So you now measure 7.3 for your hip line. This is the 7.3 for the hip line. Every hip gets your own hip line. If your hip now is 40, divide by 4. You divide by 4 is 10. You minus 2. You get the hip line now is 8. Don't be using one hip line. Every hip gets its own hip line. So we measure out the hip measurements. The round hip measurement is 9.3. That's the normal hip line of the person. The round hip line is 9.3. This is 9.3 plus sewing allowance. This is the sewing allowance. Then you now come down and measure the same sewing allowance. The 9.3. This is the 9.3 plus sewing allowance. That is it. Straight skirts. What I'm going to do now, we're going to measure it down from the waist to the hip. You draw the line, connect to the, from the waist connect to the hip, then from the hip to the length you connect it. Connect it. See it. This is our straight skirts. This is our straight skirts. This is the normal measurement. This is the normal measurements. This is the normal measurement. This is the waist measurement. The waist measurement plus that. And this one is the sewing allowance. This is the normal measurement for the hip. This is the hip. This is the waist. And this is the length. Understand? The waist, the length, the hip, the waist, and the length. This is for the front. Now you are going to get your dart. To get your dart now, this is the normal measurement, 6.8. To get your dart now, you measure half of it. Half of this 6.8. We give you 3.3. 3.3. I'll say half here. Half here. This is your dart that you will use now. From your dart now, you bring down 4 inches, because this one, the hip, the measurement is 4 inches down. Then you draw down your dart. This is your dart. You see it? This is your dart. So you use this pattern now, this front pattern now, to cut the back. First of all, let us cut out the measurement. This is your straight skirts. Want to cut the back. Let us cut the back. In cutting the back, we are going to leave 2 inches. That 2 inches is for zip allowance. You use it for zip allowance and for overlapping of the skirts. What we mean by overlapping? So that when you are walking, you'll be free to walk. Because if you don't put lapping, you cannot walk with the skirts. If you don't put lapping, you cannot walk with the skirts. So anytime you are cutting your skirts, you put allowance for for zip. So which the measurement of the allowance wey you go give for the back now is, you can give 1.5, you can give 2 inches, you can give 1 inch. It depends on you, or depend on your material. If you know you are managing your material, you can give 1 inch, it's still going to work. You can give 1.5, but now I will give 1.5 for this, for the zip and for the overlapping, so that the lapping we now go in very well. This is it. Let us measure the 1.5. This is the 1.5. 1.5. 1.5. Can give 2. 1.5. 1.5. 1.5. This is 1.5. Yes, now the allowance for the zip, the length, the allowance for the zip length. If your hip is big, like 40, 45, 44, 50, 55, you can give the allowance for zip up to 12 inches or 10 inches. But this one now, our hip is 37. You can still give this 10 inches so that the hip can be free in it. She can be free in wearing her skirts. This is the 10 inches. Then the overlapping, I want to give 7 inches to overlap. Or I give 8 inches for overlapping. Then the remaining space here, this space here, you are going to sew this space for you to get where you put your zip and the overlapping. So it's the same measurements, everything, both the back and the front. So we cut now. Let us cut it before we now do the remaining. So you cut it. This is it. Please always remember that your hip line, you minus 2 inches from your hip round measurement. Minus 2 inches from your hip round measurements before you get your hip line. Don't use one particular measurement for your hip line. It will not work. Always remove 2 inches from your hip line to give you a good balanced hip measurement. So let us pin our darts so that we can rule the back darts and the front darts together. This is the darts. The back darts. This one are the back dart too. back that. This is the front that. This one is the front that. Like that. Now, this allowance here that you will sew to get your, in order for you to be able to sew your zip, you will sew this allowance. If it is in your material, you will sew this allowance. If not your material, you use to cut this cloth, you sew this allowance here so that you will get your overlapping. Let us stack. This is your dart. See it. You slant it. Slant your darts. You slant your darts. If now machine you use, you slant your darts with your material. The way I'm slanting it, the way I dey slant am with spin, you slant am like that. Slant it. See it. Shey you dey see am? Una dey see am? Na here you put your zip. This is where you will put your zip, and this is the overlapping allowance. See that you leave the space, open it like this, straight like this, or you overlap it like this, or you overlap am like this. See it? Overlap it like this. This is it. See the overlapping. See it? So you see it. This one might be the overlapping of the skirt. Without this overlapping, you cannot work with the skirt. You no go fit waka. You no go fit waka with your skirt too. So anytime you are cutting this straight skirt, make sure you overlap it like this, or you leave am open like this. But the best bet, the best one be say just put it overlap like this. Is the safe. 9 days safer pass for you. So this is the back. This is the back, and this one is the front. This one might be the front. So let me pin that so that you will see it. I'm pinning it too. They pin the front dart. The material you use, you sew the darts and sew it neat. Slant it well. So this na the front now. This na the front. Now for this situation now, since we don't get the darts, the front dart and the back dart, now for us to get the, you see the shape. The shape is now out. See the shape now don't come out. See the cutting now. See, this is the shape. So now to get the bandless, now what I say bandless, this allowance that you gave, this allowance so you give for the beginning before you start measuring, this allowance, this half-inch allowance, now you go use, you come fold them. If na material, you will use lining to fold it. If na material, you use lining to fold it. Fold it. You fold it like this. This is what they call bandless. You use, if na material, you use lining to fold it. You put lining on top and sew it and fold it like this. That's what they call bandless. Bandless. This bandless is always, you see them for ready-made. Now ready-made they always they come with. They will use lining to turn it. So as I'm using paper now, I'm showing you the way you use paper, the way you put lining. After you don't put your zip, when you don't put your zip, everything, you put lining now. You understand? Since you are learning, you see it. So you turn it. See, you see make sure the two zip allowance here is equal. Make sure then they equal. When you don't put your dart, make sure they are equal. Make sure say then they equal when you don't put your dart. That's what they call bandless. See it? This is bandless. This is our skirts. This is bandless. Before you now sew and cover your skirts. This is how to cut bandless straight skirts. In my next video, I will show you how to cut the one that have band. Thank you guys.